Hello everyone, it's your favorite host here again, Rowland, and we're going to be having a very interesting interview with...
Hello, my name is Benga Adimola, Chairman of EcoBank Alumni and Chairman, Chief Executive of Right Approach Group of Companies. It's good to be here.
You are so welcome, Mr. Benga.
Thank you. Thank you. I love your program.
So, Mr. Benga, you are so welcome to Moments with Rowland. For the first question, can you tell us about yourself and what you do?
Thank you, Rowland. I'm a retired banker, retired but not tired. I manage a group of companies called Right Approach Group of Companies. What do? We manage cooperatives, we run events, and we are consultants to so many companies. That's what I currently do.
I see what you did here. You are retired but not tired.
Yes. You know, if you are tired, that means you are dead. You know, so it's good. Even when you are retired, you are still active in life, and then you keep managing life. That is how it should be. Here in Nigeria, sometimes you hear these people say they are retired and they just, and before you know it, they start aging. But when you are retired and you are still active, you just be enjoying life. And until we go to our graves, nobody should be tired. Nobody should say he or she is retired. It's good to be active. I'm still very active. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sir. Sir, what do you do now, presently, as a retired banker?
Well, I told you earlier on that I'm retired but not tired, right? So as a retired banker, I still do activities that relates to banking. I'm currently the Chairman, Chief Executive of Right Approach Group of Companies. What do? We manage cooperatives, we manage investments, we do consult for corporates and individuals, financial consulting. What do we do in cooperatives? What we do is that we mobilize funds from people and give to members as loans. We give them loans and to go and do their business, and you can see that it's still related to banking. So that's basically what I do right now. So I'm just having fun, and banking by the side, but there's no stress of one managing director shouting at me, or I'm doing it at my own pace. I'm making my money. I'm running contracts. If I see any opportunity for contracts, I run it. So it's a diverse thing that I do now.
What are some common mistakes that I think people make with their finances that you think they should avoid?
Well, what I normally advise people as a consultant is not to spend without budgeting, particularly women. You go out, you didn't plan for a particular thing, but because you like it, you just buy. It's not done. You will have problem with your finances. So first and foremost, you guide your finances by not spending out of budget. Number two, you'll be conscious of anytime you want to get involved in any finance related matter, be conscious of what we call liquidity and what we also call investment. They are two different things. If you want to invest, you invest in such a way that at the end of the day, you have some money to play with. Let's say now, for example, I want to buy a land. Okay, after buying the land, won't I eat? So, after one should guide against is be conscious of the fact that I must have money to run the house, money for expenses and stuff like that. So basically, one should always be conscious of one's liquidity at all times. And if you have money, you have to also be conscious of savings. People who want salaries Don't wait until you are finished spending before you say this is what I want to save. As you collect your salary, take certain percentage. Back up. What they say is one should put 10%. Just go and quickly save 10%. Then the remaining money you can be spending it as you deem fit because you have already saved some money. So not until it's not when you now have you have spent some part of the money, then you start thinking of saving. Before you know it, you will have finished spending the money and there will be no savings. So that is basically what I will advise anyone. What we call it is mixed portfolio. It's a mixed portfolio of property and liquidity, investment and liquidity. That is the way it's advised.
That was a very good response and supportive answer.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for that great response.
Thank you.
I have one question.
Okay.
So that means back in the days there weren't any targets compared to now, or can you tell us more about this particular target stuff?
Okay. When I say targets, now, in fact, when banks employ graduates now, they stress them unduly. They will put in their offer letter, if you don't bring 25 million, 50 million within 6 months, you won't get confirmed. Just imagine that kind of thing on somebody that is just coming into the banking system, who does not even know what it takes, Back in the days, there was nothing like targets like that. The reason was because the competition was not that much. Banks were just having fun, or bankers were having fun. Especially if you work in operations, the operations department, all they expect of you is to ensure you give good service to your customers. They want to collect cash, you have processed it. They drop the check into the account, you process it. They want to do this funds transfer, you process it. And when you are in the marketing side, all they expect from you too is when you meet with them, you process they want to come and lodge money into their account, you process it quickly. Service was the end thing then, not targets. Provide service. Back in the days, when the banking, there was a time, it was people bringing mats to the floor of the banks and queuing. But during our time, there was nothing like queue. You quickly dispense with whatever they need. Customer comes in, 5 minutes, is gone. Service was the in thing, not targets. But right now, it's about targets. It's unnecessary. Well, we can understand their plight now because there's so much competition. You have banks, you have fintechs, you have merchant banks, you have all sorts of. But during that time, it was just few banks. They are taking care of the populace. So there was no stress. That was exactly what happened.
Okay. When people say that banking is stressful, what kept you motivated all those years?
Well, stressful? Maybe now. During my time, banking was the end thing. You know why? Because number one, the banks were few. Number two, customers were walking into the bank and giving us business. 3, there was nothing like targets in those days. These days, they give them targets, unattainable targets and stuff like that. And again, it also depends on where this particular department you are working. If you are working in operations, you won't have much stress. But if you are in the front office, marketing, there could be stress. During my time, I started in the operational area, the operations department. So I wasn't stressed. Again, the motivation is money. We were being well paid compared to our peers in other industries. So just having my fun. There was no issue at all. Because the money was coming in, I wasn't stressed, and I was enjoying life. And I was young. So there was no issue.
So that means back in the days, they used to pay people more money than nowadays.
No. Now, because of inflation, the value of our money now is somehow, but back in the days, compared to other sectors, even now, compared to other sectors, bankers are still well paid, but they are stressed now than
Before.
that time. We weren't that stressed during that period because the banks then, there are so many banks now, and we have some they call fintechs. They compete with banks now. So banks are always harassing their staff. Go and bring this, and they give them targets. If you don't bring 25 million by the end of the year, we'll sack you, we'll do this. So the poor staff are easily agitated. During our time, there was no target. You do your work, you make sure you serve the customer well, and make sure the customer is happy with the bank. That's all they expect from us, and we're having fun.
What do you do as a
Retired banker.
retired banker?
Do what's what? What do I do to relax?
Yes, sir.
Is that what you want to ask me?
Yes, sir.
You're right. You know, when you walk and you don't relax, you're almost gone. You're not. You know they say. How do they even say it? That walk without play makes Jacks a dull boy. What do I do? Right from my youth, I've been playing squash. You know squash? You know that game called squash? That ball hit it against the wall. That's the game I play. And if you Google squash, go and Google. It's the healthiest game on earth. I play with my top-notch friends in Abuja. We play squash regularly, almost 3 days, 4 days in a week. And that's what I do to have fun. It's a very beautiful game. Till tomorrow, I'm still very active in it. Thank you,
sir.
Thank you very much. What do you do? Do you do anything?
For my own opinion, after I come back from school, all I do is I wash my plate. Then on my leisure time, I play game, I eat, and I sleep.
Good. Well,
then the next day, I go to school, I come back, I do another interview, and it's just a cycle.
Well, I want to advise you that you must add 1 or 2 things. I know you have a bicycle. Cycling is a good exercise. Stick to that one. Every evening, just cycle around. That's your environment. Your joints, everything will be, that's a good exercise that you should start with. Maybe after that, we'll go for table tennis and some other stuff.
Oh, that's true. I have a bicycle. It was my big uncle who bought it for me.
Who is that?
The PK.
Okay.
AKA
Where was that?
PK in the building. For my 10th birthday, I think September 30th.
Okay.
And that was when I did my first video. So don't forget to go and follow your PK. He's a very big artist. Always listen to his music. You might get goosebumps, so just listen to it. Your energy will regenerate.
Wow, I want to bring him to your program.
I will.
Good.
How was it like being a banker and a family man?
Well, when you have money and you are dispensing it well for the family will be happy. If you are in their position, won't you be happy? I had money then, and I make sure that my family, they have more than enough. I also give them time, because weekends I take my kids out. We go to the bar beach, we go to Ikoyi club where I normally play my squash, and they had their fun, because like I told you earlier, there was no stress that time for we bankers. You close maybe like 5 p.m. and you are home maybe around 7 because of traffic and what have you. But weekends, you don't go to work, so you have all the time for the family. So that's when you now give them all the attention. You spend the money for them, you make them happy, you make the woman in the house happy, you give a big allowance. So no issue.
You must have been a very big man, though.
Why do you say so?
Because I'm still very sure that you are a member of the big Ikoyi club.
Yes, I was that time. You know why? Banks then, when you are a certain threshold in the industry, when you are an officer and above, they pay your dues. You are entitled to 2 clubs. The bank will pay for whatever, the fees, the whatever subscription and whatever of the club, they pay. So as an officer, the bank paid for my subscription to Ikoyi club. They paid for 2 other clubs then. But Ikoyi club was my major, and that's where I was playing my squash. And Ikoyi club is a family club where you take the children to go and swim. They do their own game while you are playing your squash. So we were patronizing Ikoyi Club very, very well then. We had fun, serious fun. And weekends we go to Bar Beach. We go have fun too. Those days were really very interesting.
That means your children must have been happy to have a very great dad like you.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Peace out. One love.
Thank you, Mr. Gbenga, for letting me interview you in Moment with Rowland. I hope God will bless you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And Via, don't forget to like, follow, comment, and share. And I have a small request. Remember your pikin I told you about? Please and please follow him and like, give him the support he needs. Bye.
Bye.